Hello and welcome to today's podcast episode. Today, it's just us.
No.
And we'll address why later. But first, sports. Now, this video goes out after the NFL draft. Because the NFL draft is actually tomorrow night. But we record this on a Wednesday. It goes out on a Sunday, at least for this week. Next week, we'll be back to Saturdays. Which again, we'll address later why. Which is connected to why Jonathan's not here. But sports. Do you have anything to say for sports specifically?
That the Giants switched up a bunch of their numbers.
Did they?
Yeah.
Anybody relevant switch a number?
No.
Real.
It's all like their rookie players and
Yeah, that happens lots
new
of times.
players and their traded players or drafted players or whatever diseases.
Normally, it'll be guys that are like, if there's a star player they like sign, maybe say somebody say they get a quarterback, and they play with number 11.
Yeah.
But like their backup, I think wide receivers or somebody can have the same numbers as like quarterbacks or whoever can. Somebody, they have like a list of who can have what numbers.
If you put the same number on the field at the same time, don't do that because I'll be very confused.
They don't do that. No, what I'm saying is like, they don't have the same number. What they have is like, certain positions are allowed to have certain numbers. That's why like you see the linemen all have like 60s, 70s, 80s because they all have that, and the quarterbacks typically have like 1 to 15. That's why. So I think wide receivers can have the same numbers as quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So, like, if your backup quarterback has 12 or 11, and you get, like, a star wide receiver or, like, a star quarterback who's like, yo, I want that number, they can, like, pay for it. They'll pay for it from the other player. Be like, hey, if you switch the number, I'll give you, like, $10,000 or $5,000 or something like that.
Damn, I want $10,000 for switching a number.
Something like that. They'll be like, hey, we'll do this or that type thing. They kind of just, like, make a deal, or sometimes they'll just be like, you know, hey, you know, if it's a player that's like an older player, like, oh, I liked you years ago, here, I'll give you my number type thing. It depends on what they do.
Yeah.
But they do switch it like that. Obviously, again, next week we'll discuss the draft. What we thought of it. I mean, we discussed last week kind of what we expect to see each of our teams make as a move, so we're kind of good with that. Again, it's not really worth previewing the draft when we're putting the video after the draft happens anyways. But I'm definitely excited to see either way what happens. And yeah. Now, I did want to discuss the NASCAR All-Star Race format.
I don't get it.
Did you read it?
No.
All right. So again,
I don't get the idea of an all-star race in the first place.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Basically, they tried to be like other sports and have all-star events. Your hat is completely covered from messing with Inchon.
Well, good thing you can't see it.
I literally lint rolled it before we started.
Good thing you can't see it.
So the thing is, like, obviously baseball, football, basketball have all-star events. Which, that kind of makes sense, right? Because if you watch basketball, it gives you the chance to see players who might not play together. Or baseball, it's like, again, the best players. Football is kind of a waste of time to watch the Pro Bowl. I saw somebody comment that, like, baseball's the one that's, like, the best all-star game. And it kind of is. I guess what hockey did, though, kind of worked. They did, like, countries. It's like a mini country tournament type thing. So, like, that kind of works.
That's interesting.
Anything like that. But NASCAR, it doesn't really make sense because the NASCAR All-Star Race, if you didn't know how you qualify for it, is by whoever won in the last year gets in. If you've won since, or basically if you won in 2024 or 2025, if you won a race, you make it in. It may also be the top, no, it's not top 16 in the playoffs, I don't believe. I think it's just if you won a race in the last 2 years, 24 or 25. And then if you are a champion, you're guaranteed in.
Interesting.
That's how it works. So anybody that's a champion, so like Brad Keselowski, Joe Logano, Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson. Don't think I missed anybody. Also, did I say Ryan Blaney?
No.
I missed Ryan Blaney. Oh well. Not really deserving a champion. Either way, we'll ignore that. Those, like, drivers, right, those 6 are guaranteed in whether they won a race last year or not. So, like, Kyle Busch, he didn't win 2024.
Mm-hmm.
He's still in the All-Star race. The other way you make
Has
it...
Ty Gibbs won?
Doesn't have a career win at all.
Does he not?
He doesn't have a cup win.
Oh.
He doesn't have a championship.
Well, I mean, I figured that.
He doesn't have a cup win. You know that. So yeah, basically it's those drivers. If you won a race in 2024 or 2025, won a championship, and are still active, right? So like, Kevin Harvick can't come out of retirement and be like, I'm gonna race.
Yeah.
Or like Jimmy Johnson doing part-time. He's not allowed to just be like, I'm in, right? You have to be full-time active. But it's that, and then it's also if you won the All-Star race, I think it was the last 10 years, then you're guaranteed in as well, as long as, again, you're full-time. So those are the ways you get in. So there's typically about 20 drivers.
Is it just for Cup?
Yeah.
Oh.
And there's about 20 drivers. Again, people have said do, like, a full event where it's, like, Truck, Xfinity, and Cup instead of just Cup. Like, do all 3, or, I don't know, something like that, just to shake it up.
Yeah.
So the All-Star race used to be at Charlotte. It was there, like, every year. I believe the first year was Atlanta,
Mm-hmm.
and then every year after that was Charlotte. Until 2020. Everything is typically until 2020.
Did they put it to Phoenix?
Yeah. No, they did Bristol.
Oh.
Remember when I showed you that one diecast with the car numbers further back? And I said that underglow underneath the cars?
Mm-hmm.
That was that year. And then they did Texas for 2 years, which was awful.
Mm.
That's the one I told you where Ryan Blaney took the window net down and he should have won. But then they're like, you didn't cross the line before the caution came out. And then he was this close to crossing the line, so they had to do it again. And he, like, raced holding up the net. Or, like, he tied it up.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. I'm like, good bro won because he deserved to win it. Because he dominated the race. But NASCAR should have let him fix the car. Especially in, like, a non, it's not a points race where it's like, you fucked up. It's like, there's no points.
Oh.
It's a non-points race.
Oh.
It's not the first race of the year when there was no points. They just race for fun.
The Clash.
Yeah. The Clash and All-Star race don't have points. That's those two.
Mm.
So, that's the thing, though. Is they did that, and then they moved it to North Wilkesboro for 2023, 2024, and now 2025. The issue with North Wilkesboro, brilliant track, really fun to play on iRacing, would put on a great race with normal cars. Put Xfinity cars there, brilliant. It's a short track.
Mm-hmm.
Shit with Cup cars.
Mm-hmm.
Which is super unfortunate because North Wilkesboro is one of the most historic tracks in NASCAR.
Mm-hmm.
It had a race every year from the beginning of NASCAR, its first season, until 1996.
Me for real.
So, it's one of the old classic NASCAR tracks. I love what they did to make it look old at the track. All the signs are hand-painted.
For real.
Instead of just being, printed onto some shitty plastic. And, everything is red and white like it was for Winston, without obviously saying it's Winston. They have one wall that does say Winston on it that they're not allowed to fix. I think I might have told you about it.
I think so.
It's really cool. It's got the old Winston, little, what is this, an eagle or some sort of bird on the Winston logo. It's that. And you can see where it's been painted multiple times. But they can't do anything with it. They cannot repaint it because then it would be considered a cigarette advertisement. And they cannot cover it because if they uncover it, then they have to get rid of it. So they can't just put a sign over for the weekend that says, North Wilkesboro All-Star Race. It has to stay the way it is. It's allowed because it was there before the rules Because, I mean, this was from 1996 and it wasn't touched.
Yeah.
So it's allowed to stay there. So it's super cool to have, like, that classic stuff because, like, cigarette advertising not allowed. So to see something from old racing, like, that's really cool. It's such an awesome weekend. And it's one of the top, like, on the list of, like, tracks I'd want to go to. North Wilkesboro is, like...
Isn't it in North Carolina?
Yeah. That's one of, like, the top ones on the list of tracks I want to go to. Of any NASCAR track. North Wilkesboro is, like, top 2 or 3. Like, I love what they do with it. I love, again, loving the history of the sport. To see something that has done historical things like that. It's kind of like how Rocky, I was super, like, excited about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you did something that's old and historic with the sport. And you brought it back. But it also had an old feel. It doesn't feel like it's, okay, this is a brand new track. Like, it feels like, okay, we're going back to, like, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Like, again, honoring things from the beginning of the sport is super cool.
For real.
The trophy is literally like a moonshine, like...
That's goated.
It's a little display like the moonshine, like, stills.
Oh, that's cool.
Or the little machine that they make it in.
Yeah.
Whatever. This is a still, yeah.
Yeah.
It's that, and it's got, like, all the little, like, pipes and everything that go into the... It's got the whole thing. That's the trophy.
That's goated.
That's, like... I think you get that, and there's, like, one part that says All-Star or something on it, but that one's really cool. It's an awesome trophy. Because, like, North Wilkesboro it's a small town, big on moonshine. Because, again, those old racetracks, they used to make, like, moonshine underneath them.
They were practicing.
They would make moonshine underneath the, like, tracks during the race.
Real.
Like,
that's goated.
Because there was a show, it was out years ago. Mm-hmm. It was made by Dale Jr. And it was, like, it was something about, it might have been, like, I think it was called Lost Speedways. The thing was on Peacock. There was, like, 2 seasons.
Goated.
And there was one where they, like, because he didn't go to all of them. He had, like, some other guy go to him. But I forgot the dude's name. But that dude would go to, or Dale Jr. would, and they would get, like, something from the track, like a little piece of, like, rock or something, like the pavement or piece of dirt. Like, some of them didn't even exist. It was just dirt. Mm. But some you could, like, see where there was pavement. But there was one where they, like, went into the tunnel where they made moonshine. And it was under, like, one of the turns of the track. And lots of times they would make it when the race was going on. Because then you wouldn't be able to smell them making it.
Yeah.
Because you would smell the rubber burning. And you wouldn't smell... You smelled rubber and gas. You didn't smell cooking of alcohol. So, like... That's the thing. All those tracks like that. Like, North Wilkesboro, there was one part of the grandstand that, like, came apart. And they're like, this is where they used to make moonshine. It wasn't, like, officially confirmed if it was, because it's kind of like a hole. But they said it was. But it's very cool. Either way, that old stuff is awesome to see, like, when they have that, like, okay, this is moonshine, because that's how NASCAR started. So when you, like, discuss that and, like, be, like, historically, like, see that, it's kind of cool. Again,
yeah.
Because it's, like, they made moonshine at the racetrack, or, like, you know, when this track was first made, it was, you know, when they were testing their cars to see who was good at running moonshine. Because, like, back then, the track, like, was just dirt. And it had, like, wooden fences. Just wooden fence panels.
Perfect.
That's why a lot of times when you're, like, when they crash, it says somebody into the fence. It's old terminology from when you actually went into a fence. Because obviously now, I mean, you have a catch fence, but you go into the wall. But the old terminology is there because it was genuinely a wall. If you crashed, you went through a wooden fence. Like, big fence panels.
For real.
That's what you crashed into. Or you went over a hill, or into a lake, or into something.
Somewhere.
Trees. The trees will stop you.
Might stop you a little too much.
Yeah.
That's fine.
But
it works.
Whatever.
Yeah.
We're just racing.
It's the price you pay.
We're racing modified cars to outrun the police. Do you think that safety's the number one concern?
No. It's like suicide bombers.
Yeah.
I think their safety is the number one concern.
Yeah.
No.
Let me make sure my seatbelt's
They jump out of a damn plane.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like those things they didn't like the rules when they had to have roll cages in the 50s. They would just like put things in the car. They're like, oh, we got some wood. This will save us.
that's good.
Put some just random shit to be like, no, this is my safety.
That's real good.
Got a 2x4 over my head. I'm good. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's safe.
Don't worry about it.
Yep.
That will save me if the car flips.
Yeah.
2x4 totally won't snap and smack you in the head.
Definitely not.
I'm sure that would make it worse.
I'm
Having
or imagine you get impaled by a piece of wood because you crash.
Yeah.
Like, sure.
No, I'm good.
That's how you really feel.
I'm trying to see. Oh yeah, you can vote for All-Star though. You can, because the other thing I forgot to mention is before the All-Star race they have the All-Star Open.
Who?
It's the race before the All-Star race.
Oh god.
It's kind of like, remember when we watched the Clash and they had the races before?
Yeah.
They have the All-Star Open, which is like a few hours before, and the drivers race that aren't in. So you don't have a win. You haven't won it before. You're not a champion. You're in the Open. And the 2 drivers who finish the highest get into the All-Star race. And they have the fan vote as well. So that way the fans can vote for whoever they want to get into the race. Which
I hope they vote Denny Hamlin.
Casey Kane got the fan vote once and then won the race. Denny Hamlin is in the All-Star race. He won a race in the last year.
Yeah, I figured.
But, yeah, Casey Kane secured the fan vote in 2008. The sole winner
That's good.
to have won from the fan vote. But yeah, you can pick. They have a list of drivers who have won the fan vote previously. Starting in 2004, they did it. You might have heard of some of these guys. Joe Logano won it.
Yeah.
Carl Edwards won it.
I crashed Carl Edwards in NASCAR 2005.
Bruh.
By accident.
Tell my mom that you're crashing Carl Edwards intentionally.
I apologize to your mom in my video for crashing Carl Edwards.
I love how that's the thing, because when I raced that, I'm like, I can't crash Carl Edwards. My mom will be disappointed.
I didn't try. I was racing Watkins Glen. I didn't mean to. I just ended up hitting into him. Because, fucking GameCube games are so sensitive to, you move the stick this much and you're going off the damn track and into the wall.
Basically.
I actually crashed for once and had to reset my damn car.
Damn.
I haven't had to do that yet.
2013, somebody you might know of Danica Patrick. She got the fan vote once. Oh, she got it in 2015 as well. Chase Elliott got it for 3 years in a row. That's before he started winning. Yeah. If your car is too damaged that you don't always get the fan vote, I think Bubba Wallace was going to get it in 2020, but he got destroyed, so Clint Boyer won it. Noah Gregson's won the last 2 years. Yeah.
Interesting.
Noah Gregson, most popular driver that's not in the All-Star race, apparently. I haven't voted for Noah Gregson once. Real.
Need him.
Let's see. Who can you vote for this year? Just so you can get a gauge of who you can pick. Noah Gregson. Justin Haley. Ty Dillon. AJ Allmendinger. Bubba Wallace. Todd Gilliland. Riley Herbst. Zane Smith. Cole Custer. John Hunter Nemechek. Eric Jones. Cody Ware. Ty Gibbs. Ryan Preece. Michael McDowell. Carson Osavar. Or Shane Gisbert.
I also did crash Mark Martin by
Bruh.
accident.
In the same video.
Same race, too.
That's good. Good thing Kyle Larson's not in the game. You crash all Mom's favorite drivers. That'd be good.
I didn't even mean to.
That's good.
It's just when you take a turn, I drove into everybody because the car doesn't understand. And then the game blames it on you when you literally didn't do it.
Real.
I started the race, and I watched... I think it was actually Mark Martin. Bro went like this into my damn car, and I was like, oh, okay. Sure.
Are you sure it was the same race? Because they're not even in the same series.
Probably not.
I was like, they're not. Because Mark Martin in that is in the Busch series and Cup series. Carlito was only truck.
Mm. So I think it was 2 different races because I did truck and then Xfinity right after.
Either way, other NASCAR things, Jesse Love's penalties stayed.
Mm.
That's good.
That's good.
That's good news.
Yeah.
All right. So, the All-Star race. They have just like the graphics so I can see it better because this is just an article. I don't have time to figure that out. Let's see. Did they post it on X? They probably have. The hell's a manufacturer showdown?
Which manufacturer probably does the best?
It's like a points competition between all of them throughout the weekend.
Getting to find China up in here.
Alright, so first of all, yeah, this will take me to the race format. Same as the same goddamn article. Either way, you do have the heats, which determine the qualifying on Saturday. You also have the pit crew challenge, which is where the pit crews get to see who's the fastest pit crew. The driver comes out in the pit box, and they do their 4-tire stop. And then they get out of the pits. And that determines who's the fastest pit crew.
Get the dude who's doing one-handed Jackman.
It was Joe Gibbs Racing that's won the last 2 years.
Get that Jackman out there.
I wouldn't be surprised if they get another Joe Gibbs win. Because Ty Gibbs won it. Actually, the same pit crew won it 2 years. Ty Gibbs' pit crew, 2023. They switched Ty Gibbs and Christopher Bell's pit crew for the playoffs in 2023. So then, when it was Christopher Bell's pit crew, they won last year. So the same pit crew won 2 years in a row. Just with different drivers, but real. Oh, here we go. They have it on X here. So, here you go. This is how it works. And look at the old graphics. They got a little old car being chased by a police car.
That's good.
Little moonshine car. So eligibility, like I said, 2024 and 2025 Cup points race winners. You also have past All-Star race winners who compete full-time and Cup Series champions who compete full-time. All-Star Open qualifying. Or this is regular qualifying. Basically, they do a pit stop. They do a lap and a pit stop and they do another lap or something like that. Let's see. Competitors take green flag, run a full lap. Second lap, they will pit. Maintaining full pit road speed. And they have 2 designated pit stalls where they have to pit, just to make it easier. And then they just do 4 tires, don't do fuel, obviously. 4 tires, and then the total time. Yeah, and then they just basically go and finish the lap. So the total time from that determines the starting order for the heat race. And the pit crew challenge is all teams that are in the All-Star race and the Open. The pit crew with the fastest stop with no penalties will win. And then that determines the pit stall choices for the actual race. Now, they used to do it years ago in like a arena or like a convention center. And they did like side by side. It was like a drag race, basically. They did a pit stop and they had to push the car down, and whoever got across the line first would win. Because years ago, they used to push the cars out of the pits. But they don't now because they take off better.
Don't they do it sometimes?
They do, but they don't. Like before, you used to have like, sometimes you may get like half the crew doing it. The pit stops used to be a little different. You used to have to have the catch can instead of the, because the way the fuel is, you see how the like bubbles go up.
Yeah.
You used to not have to do the catch can, so there'd be someone else that would stand there and hold a can in the back of the car, and it would get like the air and the bubbles that would come out.
Real.
Either way, that's how they used to do like the pit crew challenge, and then they did like a little bit, kind of what it is now, mixed with that like racing thing because they actually like raced around Charlotte for like a lap, and then whoever finished faster would win or something. But it wasn't the same.
Yeah.
The heat races. Basically, Heat 1 determines the inside row. Heat 2 is the outside row for the start of the race. Every lap counts, including caution laps, and there's overtime. There's only one. And then the All-Star Open is 100 laps, where all the laps count. There's only one overtime finish. There's a competition break at about around lap 40. Top 2 finishes transfer to the All-Star race. Fan vote winner also transfers to the All-Star race. Now, I believe if the fan vote winner has won, then they go whoever's second highest, and they're the fan vote winner. So, that way you still get 3 people in.
Yeah.
The race itself, and they wanted to keep it relatively chill, because it is North Wilkesboro. They used to do some crazy-ass shit, where they would, like, spin a wheel, and then if they got, like, this thing on a wheel, then drivers like 1 through 10 would be inverted or some ridiculous shit. God. But with North Wilkesboro, they kind of kept it chill.
Yep.
Because they would just come up with ridiculous shit just to make it wild.
Real.
But it's pretty simple. Just go race. So 250 laps. Every lap counts. Overtime rules like normal. So it's not one attempt. It's unlimited. Competition break around lap 100, and there's an optional promoter's caution, which has to be done before lap 220. It says that the promoter's caution has been executed, not been executed, and a natural caution occurs after lap 200. The optional caution will no longer be in play. So, basically the way that it works is SMI and Marcus Smith, who owns SMI, they get to determine when there's a caution, which is kind of ridiculous.
Is that like how they throw mysterious cautions, or used to?
Yeah, they still do sometimes. But the difference is that NASCAR is saying we're going to have a random caution to create excitement in the race. But the thing that's interesting about it is normally NASCAR does it.
Yeah. But
they're allowing the company that owns the track and promotes the event to do it.
That's cool.
So, I don't have a problem with it. Some people do. I don't really care because
do they just throw some like random debris on the track?
No, they just press the button for the caution and the lights pop up. Oh. They don't need to put debris on the track. Oh. Basically, in their like tower who are watching it.
Do they just do it just to get everybody like grouped back up again?
Yeah, it's just to create excitement. That's why it's a promoter's like thing and not like NASCAR doing it. Because then they can say, "Yeah, we want to do it. We'll do it right now. Lap 3 if you want." But again, it's one of those things because they have a button that they press basically that triggers the lights. And then they say in the radio, "Hey, there's a caution." That's kind of how it works.
Yellow out.
Basically, that's how it works. So they just press a button and triggers it around the whole track.
Yeah.
So I don't have a problem with it because it's just an exhibition event. I don't really care. If they were to say we're going to do this on a real race, I'd be like, bruh, why? But I don't care to do it for an exhibition race. It doesn't matter to me. Because it's just there just to do a race just for fun.
Yeah.
Winner gets $1 million.
Do they?
Yep. Whoever wins the race gets $1 million.
Bro, sign me in. I'm up.
People are like, it should be a higher price than it used to be. Because it's been $1 million since the All-Star race started in the 80s.
$1 million was a lot back then.
I mean, $1 million in the 80s, you were absolutely chilling.
Yeah, you were a millionaire then.
Yeah, I mean, you get $1 million now, like, I mean, sure. Probably even just a random note. You're probably editing a different note when that popped up. Who knows?
Well, I'm on mine.
Who knows? Either way.
I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I don't have a problem. And $1 million, the driver took $1 million. I don't think they really care in the end of the day.
I will take $1 million.
Considering that most of the drivers in the Cup Series at least make $1 million.
I want $1 million. Give me like a couple years.
So here's the manufacturer showdown, which is new. Manufacturer teams, if you didn't know, it's Chevrolet, Ford, and Toyota.
I did know that.
Will be equally represented. The members per team will be determined by the least represented manufacturer, and an equal number of drivers from other two manufacturers will be selected. So, basically, Toyota. The members per team is determined by least represented. So Toyota is the least represented in the field. Toyota has what?
Isn't it Chevy the most?
Yeah.
And
yeah, because
I know that answer because when I played NASCAR 2005 today, there were 2 Dodges. The rest was Chevy. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, that's basically the thing, is that Chevy has the most.
Yeah.
Now, back then, because the trucks didn't have Toyotas in them, or they didn't have manufacturers, but the truck should have had 4 manufacturers then. You should have had Chevy, Ford, Dodge, and Toyota. Because Toyota was in trucks in 2004 and moved to Cup in 2007.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how Dodge is rumored to come back. Like, they're going to start with, obviously, Ram separate from Dodge now. They're separate brands, but it's still the same thing. Still Chrysler. So they're going to start, they want to get Dodge back in it. So the rumor is that Ram will start next year. And then once they get things built up, like 2028, they'll probably go like Cup racing. That's the rumor. You start with the lower levels, get your program kind of built up. You're not going to be like, we're going Cup racing.
No.
Like, you need to, especially as a manufacturer, you need to, like,
be able to produce good cars.
Yeah. And especially with the fact that in trucks, they're all the same engine. Now, they weren't back in NASCAR 2005 when you played. Like, that game. The engines were different. But the truck engines are all the same. So, like, Dodge doesn't say, all right, we're going to build an engine. They can commit to it and then have engines ready for Xfinity and Cup in a few years.
Yeah.
And again, building the truck engine wasn't as much as Cup because it's less power. So,
yeah,
you could make the trucks and you're good, but a Cup engine, especially back then when like Toyota joined, when they were like 900 horsepower, just unlimited power.
Yeah.
So that's the thing, is that Toyota is the least represented manufacturer. So, assumably, Toyota can say, we want to have 10 drivers, we want to have 5. Now, I don't really know. It says equal number of drivers from other 2 manufacturers be selected. So, basically, if you did it just as a pure event, Chevy would win. It's like having they have a manufacturers championship, which does exist, and Chevy typically wins it every year. Now, there was one year like when Toyota popped off, and I think they did win.
Real.
But they also won like 20 races. They needed to win 20 races to win that championship. Because again, the points go for each one. So like, if you think of it, Chevy has how many drivers? Right?
A lot.
Yeah. Because Toyota has how many full-time drivers? 8?
Maybe.
Well, you have Gibbs has 4. 2311 has... Oh, they have 9. Yeah, because Gibbs has 4. 2311 has 3. Legacy has 2. Chevy has...
Yeah, there's 9.
Yeah, where Chevy has how many? You have Hendrick with 4. Trackhouse with 3. Childress with 2. Then you have, like, Spire. No, Trackhouse has 3. Yeah, so Trackhouse 3, Hendrick 4. Spire has 3.
Shouldn't there only be 8, though? For
Toyotas?
Toyota? Yeah. Because this is including Martin Truex Jr.
Well, Gibbs has 4. Gibbs has 4.
Yep.
2311 has 3.
Which is Reddick, Wallace, and...
Riley Herbst.
Yep.
And then Legacy Motor Club has 2. But they're not listed.
I see all 4 Gibbs drivers. the 32311 drivers, and Eric Jones.
So you don't see John Hunter Nemechek.
And Martin Truex Jr.
John Hunter Nemechek should be there.
Google's lying to me.
Either way, you have... Yeah, because, I mean, you think of it. Chevy has Hendrick. You have Childress. You have Trackhouse. You have Spire. Like, that's a bunch of them.
Yeah.
There's probably... Oh, you have Colleague. They have 2 more.
Yeah.
So they have a bunch of teams. You have a 4-car team, and then you have 2 3-car teams, and you have, like, a few 2-car teams. Like, you have a bunch. And then Ford has a few as well.
Yeah.
Penske, RFK, that's already 6. You have Front Row, they have 3. You have Haas Factory Team. Rick Ware, they got a car. Like, yeah. They don't have as many as Chevy, so
Yeah.
I don't know. Toyota, I would assume, would probably go with, like, however many they want to pick.
Probably.
It says the members per team will be determined by the least represented manufacturer. An equal number of drivers from the other 2 manufacturers will be selected. So again, whatever Toyota picks, which I would assume the smart move is to go with however many you have in the main event.
Mm-hmm.
Guaranteed. So assuming it's before the weekend. So they have...
Hamlin.
You have Hamlin, Bell, Briscoe. He won last year. So those 3 are in the main race. Tyler Reddick's in the main event. That gives you 4.
Yeah.
I think they probably would do that, and they probably put like 1 or 2 in the open. So they probably go with like 6. Because the open, you have the rest of them. You have Wallace, Gibbs, Herbst, Nemechek, and Jones. So I would assume that's probably what they do. You probably go with 6 and go from there. Teams will be scored against each other and not by their overall all-star finish. The lowest combined total of finishing positions will be the winning manufacturer. In the event of a tie, the single best overall finishing position will determine the winner. I'm kind of confused what the point of this is.
Yeah.
Oh, this says manufactured teams will include all drivers from the least represented. So Toyota doesn't get to pick. The way it's listed on X, they did. But it's just going to be 9 then. The number would be 9.
Yeah.
Because if you're doing all... And then it says an equal number from the other 2. So basically it would be all of Toyota and then however many... Whatever 9 go from the other teams. Yeah. The other 2 manufacturers will have to based on their final all-star grid positions. Team drivers will be scored against each other, and the team with the lowest combined total of finishing position will be the winner. I don't really understand this. I think it's just to give the manufacturers something to go for. I don't really know what we're doing with that. But either way, that's the All-Star Race format. You excited about it?
Sure.
All-Star Race is mid-May.
So I probably won't remember this.
It's not really, like, that important to remember, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's not that different from a normal race. Alright. On to our next segment. Political news. What you got, babe?
Nothing.
I have big political news that I'm disappointed Big Dog's not here for. Because Donald Trump, with his own money, not government funds, is putting up 100-foot flagpoles in front of the White House. to have 2 giant American flags. Yep.
Goated.
There was a video of them like picking out the spots or something.
That's goated.
So they're gonna have 2 giant flagpoles.
That's cool.
I mean, I like it because I think that
we need it.
We do. It's cool that it's not from government funds, and it's like
that we're not paying for it.
Yeah, it's cool that it's just like him saying, "I want to do it," and not like,
yeah,
well, this is what I want to do when I'm the president, and we can do it because I can. Like, he's still saying that, but he's also doing it with his own money.
Yeah.
So that's cool. And then I feel like it's very American to have a giant American flag. And the White House has one on the roof.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's cool because you'll have the one on the roof and then you'll have the 2 in the front yard. That'll look good. I'm excited about that. That's pretty much all I gotta say.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I wish Big Dog was here for that because he'd be all over that. Considering he has everything American themed.
Yeah.
All right. Next, we're going to talk about our videos from the week, starting with the live stream of the race playlist.
No, it wasn't great. I crashed out.
All right.
That's all you need to know.
Emily crashed out.
I crashed out and went flying because I got hit and then bounced off a rock.
That was good.
That's about it.
That was good. Jonathan absolutely cooked that one. He won most of the races after the beginning. The start was basically, it was pretty evenly split. I won a race, Wen won a race, you won a race, and then Jonathan won a race. I was like, okay, first 4 races we each got to win. And then Jonathan just went on and won like 5 in a row. And I was trying to stay close getting seconds, but with only 12 races, it's also harder to make a comeback. When I used to make comebacks against Wen, if he dominated the first half, I was able to come back. And we did 16 races. 16 5-lap races. But when we do 12 4-lap races, it's a little bit harder to make points back up. And also with more of us taking points from each other, it is that much harder. Jonathan didn't get like all 4 positions until the last race, and Wen took him out to throw him into 4th.
Mm-hmm.
That's how good Jonathan did, though, throughout the whole episode. That's really all I got to say on it. I mean, it's fun to do live. Going back to that being live is kind of interesting, because the last time it was live was 2016 when we started the series. Like, Wen and I just did it for basically we started it just for fun to play and make a racing video.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. And then obviously became the most like done series that I've ever had. So it's definitely cool to have it back live streaming. It is weird though, because last time we live streamed it as a full series I was like 17. So yeah. So definitely weird to go back to something like that from something 9 years ago, to kind of go back to doing it that way. Of course, it's a lot different than Wen and I just saying, let's play GTA. Right? It's a little bit different, but definitely excited to continue it. Now, you've done some mission grinding after your crash out to get better cars, because you really struggled in that episode for whatever reason, because we have the advanced high catch up on, mainly to it makes the racing a little more exciting, and also the main reason is to keep Emily close because she doesn't have a modified car and isn't also level 100. So
I'm a normal person and I'm not level 20 billion. I'm level like 52.
Yeah. So you don't have the fully modified cars or even really have any cars. So
Oh, I have cars, just not racing ones.
Well, yeah. You don't really have any cars that are good. So to keep Emily close in it, we have the advanced tie catch up on. But even that, when you don't have a modified car, going up against people that have fully modified cars is going to be hard to win. Because the sports car races are the ones where you do the best.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have a modified car, which is very quick. So...
The partially modified car, yeah.
Did I say fully?
Yeah.
Partially modified car. But again, having it 60% modified is better than having it not modified.
Yeah, I told Wan that, so he said we'll make sure I can upgrade that to rest.
I mean, if you guys do some mission grinding, you should get closer to level 100.
Yeah.
Or it's not even that. No, you have to... You can also win a bunch of races to get parts. But that's also the issue is, like, if you don't have the modified car and you're going up against all three of us, you got one win in that episode. Like, Jonathan got, like, 6. I had, like, 3. And Wan had 1.
Same?
Like, you're not getting the wins either.
No.
And I'm not going to sit there and let you win. I'm not going to kill my stats. I don't have time for that. Like,
we did the last time.
Bruh. That's because Jonathan did better than me.
What do you mean? What?
He raced better than me. I didn't kill my stats. Are you talking about the race? Like
No.
I thought I'm on the recent playlist that I killed my stats.
No, I was talking about when y'all let me win. To get my races up more.
Oh, we let you win.
To unlock parts.
We let you win so that way Wang got eliminated from the tournament.
That too. No, I was talking. It wasn't on camera. It was when we did a bunch of races to get.
I did that with a burner account, didn't I? Yeah.
Sure.
I didn't do it with my main account. I don't think.
I thought you did.
I might have. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't really care at this point. It doesn't matter to me anymore. Either way, you're going to get some better cars, and we may look at adding more GTA in the future. Up next is Wreckfest. Once again, won by Jonathan, who cooked the whole episode. He didn't get worse than third, where the rest of us got DNFs and crashed.
Mm-hmm.
He somehow avoided all the crashing and was just gone. Because I was the only one that could keep up with him on speed.
My car was just cooked, so.
Yeah. Because you have the same car as me, so if you can keep it clean, it's a quick car.
Well, so when I couldn't find a car, couldn't find it, it was because I favorited it, and I didn't realize that it had its own section.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, where my car go?
Yeah. So yeah, Jonathan cooked. Again, in the beginning, we were going back and forth for wins and for points, but once the race happened that he hit you into me, and I went through the grass in order to catch up, and I full sent to try to get by a barrier, and basically the barrier was here, out in the track a little bit, and there was a car here, and I hit it, and I would have been fine if it didn't take off the rear tire. That's the only thing that killed me in that race. The car was pretty clean.
Yeah.
But it took off the rear tire, so I just retired from the race. I couldn't move. I had one wheel. Doing nothing. So, retired from the race. You got your first Wreckfest win. Wen was the only one that didn't get a race win. He did get points, though. He was one of the last ones to get points. He was last of the four of us to get points because Jonathan and I got points the first race. By finishing first and second. You weren't far behind in like race 2 or 3. You got points. Wan took till pretty late into the episode to even get points.
Yeah.
Well, once we told him you have the wrong car, that did help because he had a really slow car. Once he had that, he was up there with us more, but he still did crash a little too much.
Yeah.
So that was Wreckfest. It was a decent episode. Then we go to NASCAR Heat 5.
We're talking about it.
Yeah. I mean, why would we not?
Because you said we were.
I didn't say that we weren't.
Yes, you did.
I didn't. I said I wish that Jonathan was here. We would talk about it.
Oh.
Because Jonathan obviously played a role in that episode. So the first 2 races were very chill.
I was having the time of my life.
It was going good. I had won both of them. I was on 6 wins in a row. We went to Sonoma. Jonathan was crashing out over something already. He was like not really talking much. I don't really know why. Didn't get to ask him about it. We're supposed to do this, but the video coming up after will address why we don't have Jonathan here. Yeah. So we go into the race, and I'm talking about winning the race or whatever, and you said something about not getting me to win, right? So Jonathan, for some reason, which I haven't really addressed, like I didn't get to talking about it because I was waiting for this video, decides to full send through the top of the hill in Sonoma and absolutely obliterate me into the wall.
Mm-hmm.
The game doesn't give me a caution until I was like 30th, and we had like 2 laps left in the race. So I quit the race. I was super heated because I had dominated that race.
It's the first time you ever done that.
Because I don't typically, because I'm pretty chill.
Mm-hmm.
I had won every stage in the video. And on top of that, I won most of the stages in the video even after.
It's like that one race that we did that, you said you won for me? I went for you?
So the thing that had me the most annoyed about it, why I didn't say anything the rest of the video, which I will say was not the best move by me. I should be better than that. Emily did do a good job though, doing the outro and reading off the points to everybody. But
I had no idea what I was doing, but yeah.
I gotta do better than that, I will say.
This was your one free crash out. Your full crash out.
So the thing that had me the most annoyed about it was going into that, I had won.
Was it this?
Yeah. Going into that, I had won the previous 2 episodes ago. I won 5 in a row. Then I won a race. I had 6. Lost a race. Won 3. Won, so I was actually on 5. Wasn't on 6. Or was I? No, I don't remember. Doesn't matter. Either way, I had won 11 of the last 12 races. And I was going to win that one. Because I was getting ahead of you every single time.
Yeah.
So, I was going to win that one. And then we went to Homestead, which I would have won. Had I really locked in. But my mind was just cooked. I was spinning out. And
I know.
Doing whatever. Darlington I locked the fuck in and won, though. So, we went to Homestead, which I probably could have won. Darlington, I did win. It was just frustrating the fact that I dominated so much of it and had dominated the series for the last 2 weeks. To get taken out for whatever reason. Again, I don't even know why.
Okay, but seriously, now you need to stop winning?
No.
So I can have points too?
Because what's going to happen is I'm more determined now to go out and win every single
same.
game. I'm more locked in than I've ever been.
Are you kidding? Same.
Are you?
Yeah.
Why? Why you?
Because I want to win.
Well, get winning then.
Clearly. I'm trying.
But yeah, no, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. Again, I'll talk to Jonathan about what happened. Again, I wanted to on video, but the next video we're gonna talk about is why we didn't have him here. But I'll probably talk to him next time I see him at work. We'll probably discuss it.
Yeah, and then you have to tell me.
So, again, we'll probably have addressed it before this video even goes out. But, just, that's that. Again, I was very annoyed and heated in the moment. It's one of those things I'm not going to stay annoyed or upset about it after the day. I woke up and I'm alright, whatever. I'm not that hurt over it. It's one of those things that it's, in the end of the day, it's a video game series that we make. Like, if I lost the championship because of it, I'd probably be more heated, but, like, it's whatever. Again, getting taken out isn't fun, and also in NASCAR, I do want to have a little bit more racing that's not just crashing each other all the time. I know that's what NASCAR races become, but, like, it's not Wreckfest. But it's whatever. Ultimately, like, I don't intend to go crash Jonathan back because of it.
Don't know what you said.
If there's a moment when I can do it strategically that he's maybe winning a race and I go in the last corner and, like, move him out the way, but I'm not going to just, like, completely destroy him into a corner. Now, if it's when, get ready to learn Chinese, buddy. But it's whatever. The reason that Jonathan's not here, though, is because of Minecraft, which we recorded right before this. Basically, if you guys don't know watching, we live stream Monday. We do NASCAR and a random game on Tuesday. Wednesday, we have done Minecraft last week and this week, and the podcast as well. The podcast will probably go back to being on Saturdays, though, after what happened to Jonathan in Minecraft Hardcore. We're just building, doing our thing, and it pops up on the screen that he was blown up by a creeper.
Oh, man.
And he then left, basically. Left the party. And did not respond to any messages saying, are you doing the podcast? So, that's why he's not here.
Bro went to eat.
He genuinely doesn't know. Sometimes when he gets, like, heated at games, he just turns it off and goes to bed.
I know.
So, he probably did that. And
he'll come back tomorrow and be like, yeah, I was sleeping.
He'll be like, oh, sorry, I missed the podcast.
I forgot.
Again, I understand how frustrating that would be, especially when it's like a series that we've discussed doing hardcore Minecraft since, like, Christmas.
Yeah.
It genuinely was Christmas Day, I believe, that we talked about it. And we brought it up to, like, Jonathan and Wen not long after. So, like, we finally did it, and to get blown up halfway through the second episode, when he had a lot of, like, cool things to do, is unfortunate. So, we're probably not going to talk about Minecraft Hardcore anymore on the podcast, because Emma and I will just take that as a solo series, or just video series with us together. So, it'll still exist on the channel, but it will evolve. And then when I die eventually, Emma will take it on as a solo series. But,
watch, like, me die and you have to do it as a solo series?
I'm retiring.
You can't.
You can play on my system.
No.
You get 2 lives.
No.
Yeah. I ain't doing it as a solo series, bruh. I ain't got that kind of time. I do 1 solo video a week, bruh.
Yeah.
Like.
And I do, like, everything else.
Yeah, so let me cook.
Yeah, so you have time.
I don't.
You do. You have time.
Bruh.
What? I
worked the entire day, came home, and then recorded together.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to go to bed in like 2 hours. What do you mean? I got time. I got time for shit.
Yeah, I know. That's how I feel.
I got a brand to run, bruh.
Same. Then you can't say no.
I have more of a brand to run.
That's not how that works.
It is.
It's not.
Either way, I'm sure Jonathan will be back next week.
He's actually quitting YouTube.
Probably. He's had a good week. Between shit at work and then leading right into last night's recording.
Yeah.
And then today I understand his crash outs.
Real.
I crashed out yesterday. I had from a shitty, like, span of a week.
Same.
So, yeah. But, whatever. This is a great time to promote our hats. Epiccw.net, you can get both of them. This is the basic Epiccw.net hat. This is like the original hat that I got last year when I launched the website. So I just pull it back out randomly today for recording. Because Emily wanted a hat and I was going to grab her this one. The greatness awaits. Show the side. Show the side. Yeah, Curtis for President 2036. Show the side Epiccw.net. She wore it to work once and was told to take it off immediately.
Yep.
Either way, very goated. Curtis for President High, you can go get that. I'm actually not going to run for president, though, because when you're president, you're no longer allowed to drive a car.
Are you not?
No. And that's my number one concern, because I want to be able to drive a car.
Uh-huh.
The reason I found this out was because...
Were you Googling it?
No, when Trump bought the Tesla...
Oh, yeah.
People were, like, commenting, like, that he wasn't allowed to drive it. I was like, let me look this up, and it actually is, like, a real thing. Like, you can't just drive on the public road as president.
Well, that's dumb.
And even as you're no longer president. Safety stuff. Safety concerns. You have to be driven around. So.
No, I throw a fit.
So, you get driven around all the time.
No, I know, but I also get to...
Drive occasionally?
Drive, yeah.
Yeah. No, it is, yeah, no, I'm good. But, either way. So, anybody who was former president. So, if you are Bill Clinton or Obama.
George Bush.
Or, keep him off of planes, too. I
hope he's on, like, the national...
And Joe Biden, who also, I mean, probably shouldn't be driving anyways.
I don't think he should even have his license.
He shouldn't be allowed to drive.
Maybe he doesn't have his license anymore.
Even if he was not president, he shouldn't be on the
road. No. He would if it wasn't some old lady who hit my grandma in the Walmart parking lot. It probably would have been Joe Biden.
That's crazy.
We can joke about it now because it's funny.
That's crazy. Where could be Joe Biden?
Yeah, you don't know that.
Yeah. So. Oh, we have to go to our YouTube comment segment. We kind of forgot about that the last few weeks. And boy, did we have some comments in the last few videos. We'll go back to we'll go back to like a yeah, we'll go back a month. Because last time we did it was when the person said GT Online, do you guys have to subscribe for those cars? We have one that says, this is from NASCAR Heat from a short. Nice line through the corner. I run the same way. Didn't expect the wreck, though. We have a comment that says, hi.
Hi.
One of Wen's RC cars says, that's slow, bro. As he's trying to speed test and make the cars faster. It's kind of the point what Wen was doing. So, if the car is slow, it's kind of expected to be slow to start. Somebody said, you made the little kid mad. Somebody commented on Wen's RC plane video. Thanks, great job, bro. Someone left a comment for Emily on how to do better at NASCAR heat racing, even though her tire was completely dead and could not turn. It says, try starting high into the corner and braking before turning into the corner. Then glide into the corner low. Then when you gas it, you'll not hit the wall. You're just dive bombing.
That's a lot of words.
It's a lot of explanation of how to go into the corner multiple times.
Yeah.
Including start high into the corner and then braking before turning into the corner, then glide into the corner. A lot of into the corners.
In the corner.
We also have a comment on a Beyblade Burst video. Are they original? Which, on a Beyblade Burst video, I wouldn't put again, are they original comment. Now, if you commented on me doing, like, Beyblade Metal Masters, or Metal Fusion, or Metal Fury video, when I'm like, these are the Beyblades from, like, 15 years ago and I battle them, I would expect, are they original? Not on one you could buy in the store or online new a year ago. Or 2 years ago. Like, the ones that I battled here, I bought new in the beginning of, like, or sometime in 2023. So, like, yeah, no, they're original.
Sounds like my lottery tickets I found from 2023.
How much did you get on them?
Oh, well, one singular had 15.
That's good.
And then the rest was, like, I think it was, like, almost $30.
That's good.
That I forgot about for 2 years. In a drawer.
That's good.
Yeah.
Next comment. This is a solo NASCAR Heat 5 where I was trying to win on winless Xfinity Series tracks. Someone commented, "Congrats." Someone
Good.
commented this. So I did an ideal F1 calendar from 2022, mind you. Someone commented this entire list of their ideal F1 calendar, which I'm sure bro just
I
copied
saw
and pasted
the
it.
like F1 calendar part,
Nah.
but I didn't click on it and open
Bro
it.
gave a whole list and just like gave random ass shit too. He's like, we should have a break for goddamn Wimbledon finals, bruh. Why is that on the calendar? Who cares? A break for Indianapolis 500, bruh? No. You have to race Monaco on the same day. It's super whack that Monaco is being moved in 2026. This is the last year that you have Monaco, Indy 500, Coke 600 on the same day. It was brilliant. I can't wait for you to get to experience it because it's the only year you get to. But like, it's super cool when you start the morning, 9 a.m. Monaco Grand Prix, like 12, Indy. Once that's done, you have like an hour or two, and the Coke 600 until like 11 p.m. Whole day racing. Goated.
What day is it?
Like the end of May.
I'm logged in.
It's like Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, I'm logged in.
Yeah, it's Memorial Day, like around that weekend day. So it's really, really goated. And then when NASCAR does theirs, they're like they really honor Memorial Day. They have like the military there and a lot of stuff with that. And all the driver car banners have people who died like fighting in combat or however they died in battlefield. I mean, attacks on bases or whatever. They honor those people and like their families are there. And all the car windows have like whatever their like military rank is, and then like their last name on like the window banners.
Real.
So like it's a cool way to honor those people. Obviously, it's a bit of like emotional to watch it because it's like they show different people and their families, and they have like their Fox has like the name scroll on the bottom. I don't know how it's gonna be this year with Amazon doing it, but Fox, when they had that, like they scrolled across with all like the members' names. They like talked about them during the broadcast, so it's definitely like a little bit emotional because it's people that died fighting for the country. But I think it's cool that they honor them. The tires say like I forgot what the slogan was, but it was something like about the remembering the soldiers and stuff like that. So it's definitely cool to see, but also again an emotional thing because people died fighting. But again, overall, it's a very cool day when you have each sport having big races. I mean, NASCAR's second biggest race, and then you have F1 and IndyCar's biggest races.
Yeah.
Because it's one of those things where it's like it feels bigger because the whole world's watching it. Right? Because, you know, we watch NASCAR on a Sunday. It's like, all right, 3 million people watched it. Right? We watch F1. It's like, okay, how many people, a million of the world watched it? But when is that like all eyes are on Monaco, on Indy, on Charlotte? Like, it's bigger than just that sport. It's the whole world. So that's very cool. Next comment that we have here, though. This is on Emily's Mario 3D World. This game is easy compared to Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time. Which then you commented back to the channel saying that you're going to play it and do a video, which should be out very soon.
It's not the fourth one, though. It's the first one.
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
We also have... you made a block in our video. This is Chop Block of Doom, Despair, and Agony with Dying Roses. And then we also have somebody who commented thanks. And donated $2. They commented that on Wen's electric commuter scooter unboxing. That's what the title is.
Real.
And then we had a new comment on Emily's NASCAR 2005 video, which says episode 10. That's what the person commented.
I did see that, yeah.
And then also on your Pokemon video for Sunny Shore City Gym, they commented Sunny Shore City Gym.
Too, and I was like, what? I was like, did you spell it wrong or something?
That's what I thought at first. I was like, did I spell it wrong? And then I was like, bro, just coming from the title.
Yeah.
It looks like a child, like in the picture. So maybe it's just a child commenting. But also, it does say joined 7 years ago, so I don't know.
With 119 subscribers.
I have no idea.
That's good.
I have no idea. But those are our comments.
Yeah.
We got some good ones here in the last few weeks.
Yeah, that's good.
Up next, let's go to Emily. What do you have for your fact of the week?
That chocolate was once used as a currency.
I got some chocolate strawberries I can sell to you. Or buy something from you. Yeah, I'll buy your phone from you for chocolate strawberries.
No.
All right. Song of the week. Too bad Jonathan's not here to hear your song of the week.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Because your song of the week is what?
Please, Please, Please by Sabrina Carpenter.
Mm-hmm. You picked Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah.
Weren't you the one who was hating on Sabrina Carpenter and Espresso a month ago?
No.
2 months ago?
No.
Aren't you the person that Jonathan sent a million Espresso gifts to because you didn't like the song?
No.
Aren't you the same person that I sent a message every time that Espresso played on the Lowe's speakers throughout the whole store?
No.
Aren't you the same person I bought Espresso for in Fortnite just so you could have a song you absolutely hated?
No.
Uh-huh. Aren't you the same person who said, Espresso's getting stuck in my head now? After not liking it?
No.
Okay. Either way, Sabrina Carpenter fan now. I get in my car at work when you came to pick me up the other day. And what was playing?
I don't know. Because you
Sabrina
said the
Carpenter.
other day.
Yesterday.
Oh. Okay.
Sabrina Carpenter.
Real?
What were you playing when I came into the bedroom the other night?
Nothing.
Sabrina Carpenter.
Nothing.
We were locked into playing Sabrina Carpenter. My song of the week. I'm going to go with Rocky Mountain High.
Real.
John Denver. I got the John Denver shirt on, so might be a good week to pick John Denver.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What do you have for your Pokemon?
Meloetta.
Meloetta. Bruh.
Bruh.
Meloetta.
Meloetta.
My Pokemon of the week. Ambipom.
Real.
I haven't picked Ambipom yet. It's my guy. Ambipom. Finally, Fortnite skin. Who are you picking?
Dawn.
Like from Pokemon?
Yeah.
Bruh.
What?
It's diabolical.
Why? Didn't someone pick Ash?
I'm just saying, Dawn's a crazy pick.
Why?
I mean, I like it. It just...
Because you could do it as a bundle, hypothetically.
I'm just, in my mind, trying to picture Dawn pulling up with, like, a crazy-ass gun to pop somebody with a goddamn Piplup back bling. That's all, like,
They put Adventure Time in there.
No, I'm just saying. I think Dawn's a good pick. It's just... It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
It's just because, like, I played the Pokemon games and, like, watched the show, like, when they were still new. So seeing, like, the character just like, I want to compete in contests. But, yeah, I'm going to pop this ninja. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like when we like pick like a random celebrity that's like, okay, whatever. It's just kind of weird in my mind. Who do I want to pick for who should get their Fortnite skin? Huh. Who should it be? I already did myself. Can't pick myself again. I'm going to go with something diabolical. Something crazy. Something weird and wacky. I don't know. I have no idea who I'm gonna pick. I didn't think about this. Normally I'm prepared.
Neither did I.
Normally I'm prepared. I'll pick Donald Trump, I guess. Nobody's picked Donald Trump yet.
I think the funnier thing is Donald Trump was gonna be my original pick.
Yeah. I can see bro doing it though. Like,
yeah.
Bro would just be like, sure, why not?
Like, alright, sure.
I mean, you gotta think before politics, bro was celebrity that everybody liked. Before the media told people not to like him. So,
yeah.
bro was very popular. So, had Fortnite been a thing in like 2014, bro probably would have been in it. So, just saying. But yeah. Back bling could just be like a list of tariffs.
He'll be a wall.
That'll be the name of like his pickaxe.
The wall.
The wall. Yeah, basically. That's that. I don't have an ending game. This has also gone on for longer than expected. We spent the first 30 minutes explaining NASCAR. And I can just talk about that for like days, so.
I know.
Either way, thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. This is only 78 gigabytes on the raw file. And we'll see you guys in the next one.